what's foreplay to me, right, is when it's drizzling and then the guy takes off his cap and then he put on your head. Oh my god, eh.
Smelly.
Smelly?
Hey, busuk.
Someone's been a dirty girl today. Okay, I need to clarify that I'm not like a sex demon. Like it's just that.
No, what thought you were sex demon?
Nobody
Nobody say it.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the Hot Pot, where we hop into different pots of spaces people find themselves in during life's transitions. I'm Joey.
I'm Nick.
I'm Q, and today we have the newlyweds and also my favorite couple, Lynette and Jerome. Are you sure we're your favorite? Who else?
Congrats.
Thank you. I'm Lynette. I used to be just Lynette,
Not
but
Lynette.
1 month ago, I became a newly minted wife of Mr. Jerome.
My name is Jerome and I'm Lynette's husband. We're together for like almost a decade now, and yeah, we just got married like last month.
Yeah, congrats.
It looks so good.
Yeah, wow, you're photogenic, yeah.
Incredible eh.
Thank you.
Really?
I'm a full-time husband. I clean the kitchen, clean the toilet, just stay at
Please.
Wow,
home.
that's
You
my
touch
dream.
your heart, you can say. So
Yes,
loud.
I can.
It's been a while since I've been
Yeah.
on this couch.
Hey, you are the record holder for most guest appearances.
Yeah.
No, but then every time she introduces, she still laughs.
Yeah, still cannot intro. No, and fun fact, Jerome was also on the Hot Pot before. So
Yes.
2 times only, 2 times.
but, 2 times?
This is the second.
This is the second time lah.
You relax.
Hey, you also relax.
Whoa. A lot of tension on the couch.
What kind of tension? Sexual tension?
Sexual tension.
Sexual tension.
Sexual tension.
Can share your love story? How y'all meet?
We met in Nanyang Poly back in 2012. But we were just friends back then, and then we became close friends, and then just try, girlfriend, boyfriend.
Who Joe
kind
who
of
one?
stage. I think she drew me.
I think so. No, but it's very not obvious. Like it was a very slow burn vibes. As in we were friends. When we met, he had a girlfriend of very long term relationship. So we
Yeah.
weren't very close because like he cannot talk to girls last time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Only after they have broken up, then we gotten a bit closer. Then he was like trying to look for other girls, Then I was like his confidant.
I don't have to look for other girls.
Oh, yeah
Other girls come to you.
No.
She was the only one say that.
Yeah, just the only one.
Please. I think for like about 2 to 3 years, like I was the one that was more like I'm ready to commit.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
So you waited for him.
Ish. Something like that.
Kinda. Yeah.
很 rude hor.
Speaking of waiting, some people wait for marriage and some people don't. And what are we talking about? We're talking about sex.
Our first time talking about sex on the Hot Pot.
Wow.
Today, we are going to be talking about the realities of sexual intimacy in long-term relationships, the staleness that can creep in, and how couples can navigate these changes.
So all of you are in a long-term relationship. Let's consider that.
Actually, you're how long?
You don't like that as
Oh, right. I mean, individually.
Not like that.
We say a lot of times already, guys.
we are married,
Married,
but
but
not to each other. Even though we got the exact same wedding band,
Yeah.
and like Jess and Charlie have different bands
Yeah.
from us also.
To start off the episode, there are 3 types of intimacy. Let's, set some context. The first one is emotional intimacy, which is a deep feeling of closeness and trust. And then the second one is physical intimacy, which includes touching in a way that enhances feelings of closeness and desire. And lastly, sexual intimacy, which is what we're talking about today. It's the physical act of sex with emotional closeness and trust. Then again, some people do FWBs, right?
Friends with benefits.
I don't know. I'm innocent.
I don't know anything.
I also don't know.
Oh, we all virgin. This is what my interpretation of FWB, okay? Basically, no strings attached. You're just there to
Smash.
Super Smash Bros.
to
Smash
do the
Bros.
act of love, but
Oh.
no
No
love.
Okay,
is
not
involved.
love lah. I think it's just the act of
Last.
Yeah.
penetration.
So basically, like you have compartmentalized, like, okay, I have my physical needs as a human being. I have my primal instincts that need to be met. But then I don't want to be in a relationship with this person. Right?
So some people would just have a one night stand, or some people would just have this connection with someone to tonight.
yeah.
Tonight.
Yeah.
Until one day you're like, oh, I got boyfriend.
Yeah.
then maybe they will just end things.
Yeah.
Okay, so since there are 3 types of intimacy, right? Where do you think FWB stands?
A friend with benefits would be physical intimacy only. Because sexual intimacy have both physical
And
and
emotional.
emotional. Because you all
Yes.
feel so close.
Yes.
Whereas physical intimacy is just like touch.
Touch and go.
Touch only.
Touch and go, the
Go
Malaysia.
JB.
So for you guys, throughout your whole relationship, have you guys always believed in prioritizing sexual intimacy?
I think so. I think quite important. I cannot understand relationships where like zero physical or sexual chemistry.
Unless you're asexual. Lah.
Then you must find another asexual person. No?
In terms of prioritizing in life, then of course like there are a list of other priorities also. But in terms of relationship, I think that's quite important. But I do think that for me, emotional intimacy is also quite up there.
If you were to split into a pie chart, how would you split?
Quite half-half, I guess.
50-50?
Quite half-half.
also.
Yeah.
Joey, how about you?
Maybe 10% more on the
Emotional, yeah.
Oh, I thought
A
you were
little
going to
bit
say
more.
sexual.
Because you spend more time being emotional than
Yes, correct.
having sex. Right? Yeah.
That's true.
I feel like the sexual attraction comes from being able to connect on an emotional level. If I'm emotionally connected to you, I think you're hilarious. And then like you touch my leg, for example, after a joke, then I'm like, ooh, sex. Like, you know what I mean?
Suddenly a bit like,
I feel like that
Knock,
feels
knock. Who's there?
yeah, like sometimes you can get the sexual gratification without actually the act of sex. Yeah, and for females especially, right? Like for us, foreplay starts outside of the bedroom, like before.
That's right.
Way before. The way you open the door, the way you like touch her back, the way you talk to her, like maybe you remembered something or you bought a drink for her. Like that's where the foreplay starts for a lot of females.
You all know what we're talking about?
Yes.
Yeah.
What
sure
you
not?
all say? What are we
Need to
talking
touch the bag, rub the bag, then go to the
like,
bedroom.
No, don't
smile
copy
and-
the
smile at
same words.
waiter,
Yeah.
say hi when you meet.
about? Oh, you say?
When you all meet that time, hello.
Obviously.
Clearly they don't get it.
Simple things like
You eat already?
after like she likes dessert, for example. Then the waiter's like, do you want to keep a menu? Like, yeah, I know, because she wants to look at dessert for later.
Oh, that's
like, little
foreplay,
things- That is foreplay for women.
Oh.
What's foreplay to me, right, is when it's drizzling and then the guy takes off his cap and then he put on. Oh my god, eh.
Smelly.
Huh,
Yeah.
smelly?
Hey, busuk.
No, but maybe he washed his cap.
Maybe he shower lah.
Okay
Maybe
lah,
he got no
lah.
like
But
scalp
it's drizzling
problem.
and he didn't say anything, he just said that.
Like, don't ask. When you don't ask for it. Or when like you don't even say you're cold. He just notices that it's a cold place.
Then he take
or
off
like
his hoodie.
maybe you hoodie.
Then I'm like, I'll take off your hoodie later.
Whoa.
Oh, damn.
Sorry.
No, then
what was
he
that?
let you wear the hoodie, then got his smell.
Yes. Oh my god. The boy smell on the hoodie,
Jerome-
right? It's one of the
Jerome
best
just like,
smells.
He will ask me, just now I asked you to bring jacket already.
Yeah,
No, but this
yeah,
is a
I damn
long-term
triggered by this
relationship.
also,
Okay,
yeah.
no, this is long-term relationship
Okay,
issue.
with your partners, right? Were you guys both physically attracted to each other immediately?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that was very fast.
Us no eh.
Yeah.
Because he used to be like super popular in school. Me and my friend like, actually, what do people see in this? But it's really like after we became friends, then that's where
Yeah.
So it's really more towards the emotional connection side. As in, but I think it helps that you are not ugly lah.
Oh.
As in,
Words of affirmation.
no, as in,
After so many
how do I
years.
say?
Wow, was this in your vows?
No,
It helps that you're not
After
ugly.
you're not ugly.
he's not my physical type, but he is good looking. Yeah.
Okay, I take that.
That's what Jess always say about me also. But your story is like the kind of people that like, yeah, I don't get it. Why people like Labubu so much? Then the next day they
And then
queue
they U-turn,
they're
right?
queuing up.
No, I said yes immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I want to elaborate a bit.
Oh, 100%. I think it was a sexual connection first.
Hey, wow.
No, because
on
because we
Omegle?
met.
Da-da-da-da.
As in, okay, I need to clarify that I'm not like a sex demon. Like, it's just that.
You were sex demon.
Nobody
Nobody say it.
The context that we met
Yeah.
was clearly you're not going there to like la 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 friends, right? So immediately I was like, okay, whoa, like this guy's hot, and then like his cat like jumped on his shoulder, and then I was like, oh my god, I'm locked in because he's clearly like kind enough for a cat to trust.
Oh, so the cat also. So when you
Foreplay.
adopt the cat, that's foreplay also.
Yeah.
10,
cat's an actor.
10 years ago, he adopted the cat. Foreplay.
Yeah.
It begins.
If you put Charlie on paper, I wouldn't say he was like my type at the time. But I found him so attractive. So I really think that types could be a preference, or like maybe you like certain traits and the pattern just seems to line up. There is this sort of people. But you can end up with someone that's totally not your type. And I love when that happens.
Yeah. Lynette, your type or not?
So when I first met Lynette, right, she was like those typical XMM. She wasn't alien, but she's just like young, like, you know. Like, so we became friends, and then we became like super close. So I'm emotionally attached to her, right? And then I can see that like our relationship grew from there on lah. So I think like for me it's just emotions first, and then like the appearance next.
So I mean, now that all of you are married, how does physical intimacy look like after the honeymoon phase? Usually when you date someone, the first few months or the first year will be like, whoa,
Rabbits.
yes,
Sex
rabbits,
demon.
and also sex demon. Knowing how like long-term couples are, sometimes it stops being so frequent, or it becomes boring because you're doing the same thing. So yeah.
As we age, of course, our priorities change. The honeymoon period is usually more exciting and fresh, but I think over time, your priorities change. Maybe you focus a bit more on career. Now that we have a home, like we also take time out, like to maintain the space of ours and things like that. But I don't think it has become boring. I think there's a misconception actually that people always think that like if you're in a long-term relationship, then sex becomes more boring or it becomes more stale. While it may be true for some people, I think especially if we are speaking for in our experience, right, is that our emotional connection and our foundation as best friends, right, make it not awkward to have any conversation about how to make it better. Like we are always like very open to communicate about it, and it's not like a serious conversation where you have to sit down and like, it was bad. Or what, like, yeah.
Like one star, you know,
yeah,
1 star review.
Whoa.
Yeah,
reviews.
it's not that kind. Sometimes we laugh or like we make jokes while we are like having fun together, that kind of thing. So I think that's the part that people don't often talk about enough.
Yeah, I feel like the phase of life thing is really the main thing, because a lot of people always think that, oh, it's after marriage, right? But I feel like it's also a case of like, what do you have going on in your life at that point of time and what is occupying your headspace. So the very extreme example that I have seen in a lot of friends, right, is kids. So the minute that you have your first kid, right, especially when your kids are very young, then your children suddenly become the center of the universe ma. So any kind of excess time which you might otherwise have spent having sex, you need to go and like take care of your child, because like this is like a 24-hour, like always got something to do. Yeah. So then naturally like things like physical intimacy and things like that might take a back seat. Like so frequency and all that might dwindle lor.
But I also think the sexual compatibility is quite important, because if both partners are not like don't have super high libido, or if both partners have like quite low libido, for example, then really doesn't matter how frequent. But if one is super high, one is super low, then I think there would be a problem lah.
And speaking on mismatched libidos, I think like people tend to correlate or directly correlate attraction and sexual intimacy. Like if we are not having sex enough, it means you're not attracted to me anymore. But people don't realize that there are so many factors that can affect libido, like stress at work. Like financial stress is something that I think all of us face at some point in our lives, especially when you settled down, got a house with kids. You're planning for so many things that you have no time to be like a horn.
I think the other thing is also because sometimes people have this concept, especially in like Singapore, right, where it's always like busy, need to be productive.
Yeah.
Then physical intimacy with your partner sometimes feels like a very frivolous luxury, even. Especially I think amongst like the older generation, right? It's like sex is a very functional thing, you know?
Yeah.
Just to have kids.
Just to have kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like they always drive a lot of stress. Like especially in magazines, you'll see like, here's why he's looking at other women, because you're not fulfilling his needs in bed, or you're not satisfying him. At the end of the day, he's a man. He needs to have sex. He needs relief. But I don't think people
That's
realize
the original clickbaits, all those like magazines last time.
exactly. And it's always like, how can we as women do better to be more attractive so that our husbands don't look elsewhere? But actually, in men's health, there are a lot of guys who are very stressed about not being able to keep up Like there are some relationships where women have higher libido than the men. And for men it's not as simple as existing. Men need to rise to the occasion and
Literally lah.
solidify for the occasion. You know, and like it's a lot harder, like there's a lot of stress. So I think with hormones as well, females, and then if let's say you are super into it and then your period comes or have to go for a meeting, you know, like there's so many things like schedules, and I know people who literally have to schedule it in, which sounds boring, but it could also be really fun because you could plan something special, do like a Phil Dunphy and Claire kind of thing where you like pretend to be different people. I don't know. I feel like there are many different ways you can spice it up. But the one thing that is very important is that we don't compare with like other people's journeys online.
Actually, this scheduling thing quite interesting. Because like I was reading on Reddit also, right? For couples who have decided that they want to have kids, then they're going to start actively trying to have kids. Then what was that like, right? They say that the initial period very fun. Because like, wow, just keep having sex ma. But past a certain point, they said that it felt a bit like a chore. Some of the replies in that thread also were saying that they have standing recurring like calendar invite like every Wednesday.
I've heard of that
Every
also.
Wednesday is like is sex night.
Yeah.
Oh,
Then it becomes like
now it's something that you have to go to.
Yeah, because what if like you're having a bad day, then like, 9 p.m.
Yep.
yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, some people are like that. Then when
You
they
like,
or when they know that it's
Every
their
Wednesday,
ovulation period, then they have to
Yeah.
like they just have to capture the moment.
But as in, I get it because they
Wanna
have
have kids
a
ma.
bigger desire, right? They want to have children, which
Yeah.
is understandable. But I think if that's out of the picture and then you're scheduling sex, I don't know. I don't think it will work for me. Like I would feel like it's a chore lah, or
But
rather like a meeting.
yeah.
But I've heard of people who like after they already had children, and then obviously those take up a lot of time in their life, right? Even though they're not trying to have any more children, but they clearly don't have enough time for that. Then what they do is they schedule that every night they will shower together.
So actually for y'all, right, as newlyweds, right, have you ever wondered what will physical intimacy look like for you both like 20 or 30 years later when you're like 50, 60 years old?
Damn.
Maybe I'll just take a little bit more tongkat early and like try lah.
Whoa.
Means what?
Need some medical intervention.
Yeah. Maybe just
Also not your tai chi.
yeah.
But just the
The
fact
thought
that,
of
yeah,
it
the thought
being
of you
like chemical.
Need to prep.
But I think
Yeah.
But that's part of the
the foreplay.
foreplay.
No, they are foreplay wrong.
yeah,
Take tongkat early.
Yeah.
sometimes I wonder like if my parents side note they're divorced, but not together, but I wonder if they still have sex
at their age, right?
at their age. Yeah.
I think probably they do. I mean, like 50 plus, you still need to
plus
have
you
sex,
can,
right?
yeah.
Guys, let me just tell you, right, that there are a lot of like hospice care people on TikTok that share that they are the horniest people ever. Like all these old folks, right? They are like at night go each other's room and they are non-stop.
They go each other room, so
Huh?
kinky.
I
Wait,
love
how are
it.
they?
Hospice care. leh.
Hospice
Oh
care
my
like
God.
70, 80 year
Then the
olds.
bone very fragile, yeah.
I
Go to
mean,
each
Then all
other's
you hear is
room.
like,
assisted lah, assisted.
I think when we are 50 or 60, hopefully we are not like very fragile and
okay, I think we still
disgusting.
can. I think we still
I don't
can.
think,
Yeah.
I think y'all will
Yeah,
still.
Yeah, lah,
I think
you
we
like
will
healthy should be
Yeah,
okay
I
lah.
Yes,
Yeah.
I think we'll keep quite physically.
Let's try till we are like 70 plus. Yeah.
That's the KPI lah.
Yeah, y'all shake hands, agree on that. Okay. Y'all got
75 at least, 75 at least.
Okay. I think it's quite important to like maintain your physical health and also appearance. Like, you know, a lot of people say like when you're in a
Yeah.
long-term
Yes.
relationship, then sometimes they let go of themselves, right? I think it's so important not to.
Yeah.
Every time I see like old couples being like cheeky and like holding each other's hand, then maybe like, you know, I'm like, I want to be like that when I'm older. I always tell Charlie, like, I don't care what happens, right? We need to be fit enough to be in each other's business when we're old. I think it's so important.
Question part.
Okay, Jerome.
If you could get rid of a chore forever, which would it be? Washing the service yard.
Oh, that's so specific.
No, because we because we have a dog and she pees like outside of the pee pad almost every single day.
Yeah, she's just testing our patience. I mean, my patient, because okay, I'm the IC, right, to clean like
Service yard.
her service yard. Every morning, right, you can see like different patterns.
Oh wow.
You know,
She's
sometimes
an
it's over here, sometimes it's over
artist.
there.
She want to show you her creation.
Then still there to ask
I
for treat
mean,
after that.
Yeah, she does.
Don't shout at her.
But she's cute lah. She's cute, so it's fine.
Are you someone who has to clear all notification or someone who has 6,000 unread messages? Oh my god, I need to clear. Sometimes it's very irritating because I don't want to open a message, but I cannot stand it when the notification is there.
You can switch it off, the setting.
No, but you
But you need to know that there are
Still can
notifications.
Archive lor.
Choose an ability: walk on water or walk through fire. Walk through fire. Oh my god, I want to be Daenerys Targaryen. Sorry, Game of Thrones.
But walk on water though.
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah.
like Jesus.
Yeah, the coming of Christ.
Yeah.
Which is more important, eating or sleeping? Eating.
Oh, that was fast.
Because of this episode, right? Last night, like Charlie and I ordered food, and I was eating. Charlie was next to me, and I almost cried. I was telling Charlie, I love you so much. Like I'm so happy that we are together, and I can eat chicken next to you and watch our favorite show. Like I love life.
Well, that was
so cute.
that was an emotional roller coaster for
Such
me.
a simple
Yeah.
enjoyment. You know.
Really.
Would you rather have a neighbor who cooks sambal belacan at 12 a.m. every day or one who practices the drums every evening? Sambal belacan.
Smells damn good.
The drum sound, somehow they never say like how competent. Like grade 8 or like just start.
Da da bang da
Yeah.
da boom boom boom. It's like
Wow, that
The beginner level kind, right?
That really made me uncomfortable actually.
So according to a study done in 2020 by a NUS professor in Singapore,
wow.
married women aged between 25 to 29 have sex an average of 3.7 times per month. And then if you are between 30 and 34, you have sex 2.6 times a month. Quite little.
2.6 means what?
2 points.
Like you do
Almost like you are
the 0.6, yeah.
almost my parcel coming.
You do halfway, then you're like,
tired lah, bored.
Yeah. Okay, so it says also that research indicates that having sex once a week is associated with greater relationship satisfaction.
I think true.
Yeah.
Don't be
I
shy.
think okay lah.
I mean, it will help. What?
Yeah.
It will definitely help. But I think that you can also get intimacy through like different things. Like okay, so I say if you guys barely see each other, then obviously you will need like physical time to bond, right? Then maybe the sex will be more important. But if you guys see each other a lot or you have routines set up, then I think it depends on like who you are as people, where your libidos are at.
But I think at the same time, it's also worth noting that there are no findings that prove that having sex more often beyond that once a week, right, will increase relationship satisfaction further. So like, it's a diminishing returns thing.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if like your relationship not working, doesn't mean like, hey, we just smash more, then
Yeah, you can have sex every day and just be like, oh,
not
it
in
sucks.
the, yeah.
Has sex ever felt like a chore to you guys? But it might not be with your current partners.
I mean, I've experienced guilt in the past. Not this
Guilt,
relationship. Like feeling guilted into it.
It's always the toxic relationships.
It's always the toxic relationships where I feel like, okay, I feel bad that I'm not willing to do this. And then clearly you are trying and I don't want to be a bad partner. But then it's like, do I want to betray myself or do I want to be a good partner, you know?
Or is it a case of like, because it's a toxic relationship, then you think that like actually that physical intimacy will help you get back the spark?
So I think my libido back then was a bit low. But then I thought it was a me problem.
Same.
I thought it was really a me problem. I was like, why suddenly I'm like not interested at all? But obviously in hindsight, I evaluated the relationship and I realized that actually it's because my mental health was shit. When your mental health is shit and then you know that the relationship isn't working out and this person is making you unhappy almost every other day,
Yeah.
why would you feel this attraction to this person to do it lah? You know what I mean?
Also, it's your body's way of telling you you're not comfortable with this person, you're not
Correct.
safe with this person. And I think it's an indicator and you should lean into it and listen to your body sometimes.
What about your? Because in your 10-year spell, right, have there been like lull periods?
I don't think we ever have.
I think don't have it.
Hey, that one's solid. No, I very respect. I respect.
Don't have it.
Yeah.
I was about to say, like, I'm very surprised that y'all have experienced feeling like,
Yeah.
Maybe because your relationship is healthy. And like you guys are like best friends.
Yeah.
But we hated out.
kidding. This was my first and only relationship. So I don't have any other experiences, like, actually.
Right. Because I mean, we always give ourselves reviews and everything thereafter, after the sex, you know.
Like grab right like that.
Yeah. You know. No, but yeah, don't have.
Wow.
Actually, you guys have pets. A
Yes.
dog?
Yes.
One dog?
Yes.
Yeah, one dog.
Something that is pretty funny that happens with couples with animals is that sometimes mid-deed, the animal appears randomly.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then you're like,
She'll just pop up.
they're like, do we stop? Do we, like, is it weird that they're watching? Do they know what they're watching? Should they be in the room? Should they be in the house? Like,
I find it so weird though.
it is.
I think it's
Is
quite
it not
weird.
weird?
We find it quite funny.
It's funny. Then after that, you're like, this is a bit weird.
He will throw a toy or then ask her to go.
No, so what happened, right? Sometimes, like midway, like she will just, because, she go to pee, right? And then she will want to claim a treat.
She'll ask for
So she will, like, midway, she will just run out, pee, and then she'll come back, right?
Then
And
she
then
keep
she'll wag her
wagging her
tail.
tail at us.
Yeah, midway, And then we're like, okay, like, that's
Wait.
the point
Let's
6,
get the-
we just
Yeah.
go and take the treat, give it to her. And then sometimes no more already.
continue.
Sometimes after that, no more
So
already.
this is the 2.6.
Oh, this is the 2.6.
Yeah, that's the 2.6.
Oh, you
is the
pause
dog.
because you must go and entertain
Yeah.
the dog.
Yeah.
Oh.
Sometimes you have children, then you get interrupted.
Yeah.
That
Or
kind of
like
thing.
you lock the door, then they're like, mommy, mommy, mommy.
Yeah. Or they come in.
Diam lah.
I think last time when I was younger, I really knocked the door a lot of times because I need to use the toilet. Then they never open the door.
Oh,
Oh, they never open.
You lucky they
Then I
never
run
open
to
the
the
door.
kitchen toilet lor. Very scary ma. Very dark.
So actually, like, okay, common reasons why couples are having less sex, right? Usually is a combination of factors. Age. Okay, I think as you are older, physically not as like able, testosterone, hormones and all
Cannot do
that.
a lot of positions.
Stress, like what Joey mentioned earlier. Fatigue, generally just like more tired lah. Health and medical conditions, marital dissatisfaction, which I think is quite like similar to what you all had mentioned earlier. You don't have time, focus is on your children, you're preoccupied with day-to-day responsibilities, loss of attraction, because maybe you don't take care of like your own physical appearance and things like that, lack of communication, don't feel loved or desired, give up after facing repeated rejections, and it's also normal for sex drive to fluctuate lah.
I think the don't feel loved or desired is also really important. Like people forget that, like the little things that, like kissing, saying I love you, greeting each other when you enter the house. Like these are little things that are very important to do with your partner. Sitting down together for a meal, things like that. That a lot when you get busy, right? You start to lose out on these things, and these are fundamental things to eventually lead to intercourse.
I always scare Jess when she come home. So like I will like when I hear the door open, right, then I'll go and hide. Then I don't move, sometimes for very long. Then she come into the room, then I just stare at her. Then she will like fall down.
But once she get irritated,
No, then now she try also.
oh, that's quite cute.
But she not very zai. I always know. Cause I open, then I hear like, got no sound. Then I will like reverse scare.
This one is the
Uno reverse.
He does that also when I'm showering. Sometimes he open the door, then he stand down there.
Yeah, I would just stand there and just stare at her.
Actually, why is it so fun to scare your partner?
Yeah, why ah?
Is it fun to like poke their ass?
Yes.
No, because I know that like a lot of people
Yes. Poke and slap. No, a lot of girls do this to the
guys.
bite their arm. I love like
love
biting.
Yeah, she always bite my arm.
I love
bite,
to fight.
bite or like poke or
No, as in, I just like to disturb.
oh yeah, same. Then like nighttime zoomies, like when they sleepy already, I want to disturb.
No, then you want to
yeah.
chat.
Oh my
You want to have a whole
Whole
conversation. Then they
conversation.
like, babe, I want to sleep already. Then it's just like 10 more minutes, 10 more
Correct.
minutes. You know?
I will just lie on top of Jess, then she cannot breathe.
Oh. I'm not very sure how to feel about that.
Alright.
Wake up.
Halloween horror.
Just you telegram me if you
Yeah,
need
you
help.
okay?
Blink twice if you need help.
Let us know. How do you guys spice up your relationship when it gets a little
Ew.
stale?
Okay, I think right, a lot of times people think that spicing things up means like must do something wild.
Costume.
Yeah, or like whatever. But sometimes it can be like very small things. Like sometimes when I travel without him, then when I come back, then I try to do something special.
Oh.
Like I try to pay a bit more attention. You know, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like yeah, so I think small little things like that keep
The relationship going.
don't try to
While you finish each other's sandwiches.
because sometimes things can get quite repetitive, especially in a long-term relationship. So sometimes like I think it's nice to inject a bit of like surprise. Yeah.
I got a friend who likes to roleplay. Like different scenarios, and then like maybe they'll rent costume. If it ever happens to me, I'll be like,
It's her.
why you wear that costume?
Wait, so what costume? What costume is that?
No, you know
No,
her
so,
say.
so I think got nurse,
Okay.
got like firefighter,
Oh.
then got like, I think got teacher role playing stories also, masseuse.
Oh, okay.
Ooh,
I swear it's not me.
You know a lot about the story.
No, because I have friends who will share this kind of stories with me.
I
Like,
think a bit, I find very like,
funny, like, a bit awkward.
yeah, cause
Yeah.
okay, one, the quality of the costume always not very good, you know.
You ran from where?
No, like last time, okay, you go to Donkey, you can see they sell. They
Or
sell
you,
then,
or you buy from Carousel.
yeah, or you see like on like Lazada, Shopee, they also sell. Then like, people will want to wear like that, man. Then after that, the next thing is, I think the Singaporean accent really cannot.
you know, like how
Like if you policeman, then you're
Gabriel's
like,
like, I'm
sir,
going-
stop, sir.
I'm going
Sir.
to arrest you.
Yeah.
Someone's been a dirty girl today.
Like the accent really cannot.
No, I think just don't talk. Huh?
What, sign language?
No, like you use the body
The
language.
action.
Yeah, the body language to show that you are a policeman.
But if it works for you, then more power to you.
No, I
man.
think if it's purely Singaporean, then it's okay. But it cannot be something that's taken out of our culture and then you add on the Singaporean accent. It cannot.
So I got a friend, right? He told me that his friend, they don't role play like that. So what they do, right? They use fruits. So the guy, right, will always throw fruits on her, and then she will just take it as it is. No,
What
for
does
real.
take it as it is mean? Please
No, like,
elaborate.
so like she will ask like, oh, today what kind of fruits are you throwing at me? And then he'll be like, oh, grapes, oh.
Who has been a bad girl? Take this grape. People like to use condiments or sushi on the body and then like
Must clean, that's sticky.
Yeah.
Then like,
Yeah.
but the idea is like they're supposed to lick it off.
No, but it's still
correct,
sticky.
but
Still will stain your
Yeah.
bed sheet and all
No,
that.
no, you must put like a garbage bag.
imagine you need to put the painters, like, you know,
The
the
painters
painter.
Oh, you got a garbage bag that you use at
Then after that, you can do your line wash.
Don't waste it, right? Just
Imagine, wait, sorry, I didn't put the Sheng Siong plastic in there. Okay, like.
Imagine got hole.
Go.
Hey, lick, double bag.
Licking double bag.
You wash the grapes, you know, haven't wait, sorry. Then she just waiting there like, throw
Then you wash the grapes and then, the water, go and use to water the plants.
That's
Don't waste.
What the hell? Okay. No, I just realized like the fruits thing is so random. I thought you were gonna talk about something else.
What are you going to throw at me today? Oh, grapes. Oh.
I think another way of spicing it up, which might be a bit of a controversial take, but I think a little cheeky text once in a while.
Oh.
Like, especially when it's like he's in a public space. Dressing room photo. Maybe you bring the dress in to try, but then the photo got no dress. Or maybe the photo got dressed by like you know what I mean? Like a little cheeky little peekaboo.
But
Yeah,
just
yeah.
make sure that your cybersecurity game strong.
yeah.
No kena like leaks and stuff.
Yes, correct. Honestly, sometimes the text, right, when it comes at like a very random timing or
Correct.
like you need to sleep already. Then like, okay, see you in 3 days. But this is the final text that I give you.
Oh.
Then they like thirsty, yeah. But
Or
then,
you give them something to look forward to.
yeah. Then they're like, hey, why you do this to me right before I sleep?
Wow.
Have you guys ever felt disconnected from your partner when there's no sexual intimacy?
No leh. Even like at times when like busy, right, with life or like just have a lot of like social gatherings, like every day just hanging out with like sometimes you go holiday with family, for example, then every day you are with family and then, you know, not conducive environment. But I never feel like disconnected because I think there are a lot of other ways to stay connected to your partner, like emotionally and all
Correct.
that lah.
If sex is the only way you guys are bonding, then it's a bit harder to keep up and keep it sustainable. Yeah.
Sometimes we like very tired, like cause when we have a lot of things going on in our life, right? Then if let's say we feel like it's been a while, then sometimes we'll be like, but we are very tired. Then we will, then we will like hug to sleep. Yeah. Then or like we will like cuddle a little longer, that kind of thing. I think it's a bit of like sometimes you're too tired to do the whole thing. Then you just do a little bit.
2.4.
2.6.
Do the
2.2
point 2 or point 3 lah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Point 2 or point 3 can already.
Yeah, I think sometimes like a good lati is like important too.
Makeout
A
session.
good makeout session is important. Like kisses, I think these little things like tend to get lost in the mix.
I'm all about cuddling for like 3-5 minutes and go to sleep separately.
Yes.
What do you think of like couples who sleep in separate rooms?
Okay, this is my hot take. I always wanted to say this on the hot pot. I feel like I'll be open to it. I wouldn't mind having my own bedroom and he has his own bedroom. But then we can do sleepovers. Today your room, today my room. Then like some days maybe just okay, I just don't want to deal with the snoring. Let me just have a good sleep lah, well rested. So I think I'm really open to that actually.
Same.
But I think some people might think that this mentality is a red flag.
I was just having this conversation with Jess yesterday. Cause like of this like the aircon too hot, I not hot, that kind of thing. Then I was like, actually like what do you think of having separate bedrooms? So then it was like there's no reason to not do it. You know what I mean? Because you want to cuddle, you can cuddle. Cuddle already, then go and sleep. But like the act of sleeping itself, right? Because I was reading online and then I watched a few YouTube videos of people who like tried it.
Yeah.
Then they measure their sleep score.
Yeah.
So like there are those sleep trackers and all that, right? Sleeping on your own, right? Your sleep quality is significantly improved. Because when you like, then the other thing is when your partner wake up, sometimes you all don't wake up at the same time. Then they go toilet, then they get ready, they open drawer, cabinet and all that, then you wake up.
Yeah.
So being able to really like isolate yourself and your sleep, right? It is good for your health lah. Yeah.
As in, I feel like it will be much more productive for me in the day if I have a well-rested sleep. Because I'm someone who is a very light sleeper. The moment someone snores, right, I'll wake up. Or like someone shifts on the bed. So that's why I would actually opt for that.
Yeah. And I think as well, it can benefit the relationship because you are more well rested, you'll be in a better mood, you have a clearer mind, then you have more energy to do things.
I used to love sleeping on my own. Like I have my own sleeping habits and schedule, and then that he is not very used to. But then I think now we realize that we sleep better with each other now.
Oh, cute.
Like when I come back late or what, right? He realized that he cannot sleep, or when I'm overseas without him, then he realized he cannot sleep.
Yeah.
So sweet.
So fun fact, right? Lynette will always on like Netflix show, right?
Yeah,
Throughout the whole night.
I
Like,
cannot sleep
8
without
hours.
noise.
Oh,
Charlie's
it's like
also
white
like
noise
that.
lah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Initially, I cannot take it. Like initially, like all these are just noise. Like I need the silence. Right. But kind of like adapted to it. Right? When we were just coming over here, right, I was just telling her that hey, next time if there's a sofa, I'll just sleep outside, you know, just for fun. You know, and then she was like, huh, what? But why you want to sleep on the sofa, you know? So it's like sometimes I think it's good to just separate, you know, sleep somewhere, you know, living room, sleep in the kitchen, sleep in the toilet, whatever. But
Kitchen, okay.
yeah, I mean, so that time you're hungry, you just cook Maggie, then go back sleep. So I think like it depends on the relationship, right? Like if separately you're sleeping together and then it makes you all feel good, then go for it, lah. Right?
Speaking of, do you think a relationship can survive without sexual intimacy?
I think so. Because like it's not the end of the there are a lot of couples, right? Like we will have read about where sometimes there are physical conditions that don't allow them to have sexual intimacy. But then they are happy together, ma. So then they kind of find happiness and fulfillment and relationship satisfaction with each other like through other ways. Lor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Recently, I saw a TikTok that says like when you are like 70 or 80 and then you turn to look at your partner, you won't think like, I'm so glad that you are so hot. Or I'm so glad that like we still have such an active sexual lifestyle. But you think of all the things that you've been together
Went
for
together.
Yeah.
and overcome together.
Yeah.
So I think that's the more important things. As in, it definitely is up to individual. Lah. I think some people who are like cannot survive without a no sex relationship, then I think it wouldn't work out for them. But ultimately, I think it's more important to have other things that fulfill the relationship also.
Yeah. Also, I think when we were talking about mismatched libidos, I think there's also this misconception that like both parties need to be actively involved in the exact same way for sex to happen. Like you can assist. If let's say one person is in the mood and one person is not, like then you can also assist. Because there are a lot of stories where, you know, once like the men are done, then the women are not like yet fulfilled. And I think this also comes with a misinformed idea of what sex should look like. Because like gratification can come in so many different ways. Maybe it's buying like toys. Maybe it's, I don't know, do what you will with the information. But I also think that it's something to consider when, you know, one person is feeling it and you're not, but you want to help the person. You don't have to have like sexual intercourse for gratification to happen. And like these acts can actually help you guys grow closer together because you're learning about what each other's wants and needs are.
Do you guys have any advice for people who are lacking the sexual intimacy in their relationship?
We spoke quite a lot on costumes. We spoke a lot about toys, about scheduling, about touring fruits.
About produce.
Yeah. So I mean, like you all can take an idea or two out from there. Just try with your partner. If it works, it works. You know, shift things around. Yeah, to make things spicier. Yeah, not that we are like doing it on ourselves lah, but it's just giving you guys idea, right?
I have a very small tip. I won't say exactly what, but like if you have a gay best friend, go and get tips from them.
Oh.
Yes. Got one time I tried it and it worked.
Oh. Okay, we will.
When was the one time?
I don't know.
Oh, mystery.
Yeah, I think it's very important not to compare your relationship with others. Like, especially during girl talk, you talk about exciting things. Then you might find like, oh, we don't do this. Does this mean we have a problem? It looks very different on everyone. And you and your partner have a completely different relationship also. So don't compare directly. Maybe if it inspires you to feel like you want to try something new, or if that bothers you, maybe it's telling you that there's a little lack that you want to fill, like a void, then find out how to fill that void on your own, but like don't feel pressured by what other people are doing.
Actually, guys don't talk about this kind of thing. I know.
No, we are so unfiltered. I tell you, we'll give the details.
But I think like amongst my group of guy friends, right, we don't talk about this kind of thing out of respect for women or our women. Like, I don't know.
I don't as well.
Yeah. But then like I realized that amongst like female friends our age, right, they will talk about this kind of
they
thing,
will go down to the details.
which I sometimes find is a bit like
Disrespect?
disrespectful. Yeah,
Oh,
and
is it?
disrespectful to your partner lah.
The intention is not to be disrespectful, but sex is so normalized. As in, we want to normalize
No,
sex.
so I think like
Yeah.
discuss, like say you say good is okay, but then like sometimes like when I hear then people are putting down their partners like, rather than. So why are you telling your friends this rather than communicating it to your
Right.
partner?
Okay.
No lah, I think putting down your partner is a huge no-no. But I think sharing tips and advice on like, oh my god, you should try this, you should try this. But they don't go into detail about how their partner feels or how their partner reacted. It's more like giving tips to each other to make their sex life better. Yeah, there's a very like
Fine line.
between those two. Yeah.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, we are no experts on this topic. These are just our experiences and how we navigate sexual intimacy. So take what you will.
So thank you for joining us on this episode of The Hot Pot. You can also listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and Me Listen.
And subscribe to us if you haven't already.
And thank you, Lynette and Jerome, for being a great guest. And we'll see you guys in the next episode.
Bye.
You were sex demon.
Nobody was watching up to this point and like, oh, Joey is quite a sex demon.
Okay. No judgment if you are. So,
Dearie
right?
me.
Oh me, oh my. Sex demon. You know what's foreplay to me? Like not the other day, sorry.
You be careful,